on the banks of the Hudson River. Mikey Stadium. It will play host to some of the nation's finest today and another thrilling edition of Army football. What an exciting matchup we have in store for you this afternoon, built around the pageantry, tradition, and everything that makes college football great. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Cincinnati Bearcats, taking on a team from the Big 10, the Army Black Knights. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Bearcats will put total leather and we'll get started. From inside the 15, here's the return. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. The Cadets offense takes the field for the first time today. When this guy comes onto the field, David, he seems to bring the it factor with him.
So much fun as a play caller to have a guy you depend on, you trust. You know, Palmer, you're going to get the best out of this young man.
He's also one of those guys, David, who just elevates everybody else around him, right? All 10 guys in that huddle offensively just seem to play better knowing they've got confidence in this guy.
After the incompletion, it's second down. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. And the Black Knights come to the line in the hurry-up.
Really good-looking run. And when you play Army, you know these guys offensively, they are always so dialed into their rushing attack. Everybody understands their assignment and responsibility. It doesn't matter if you're running the option. It doesn't matter if they're doing it out of the spread. They know who they need to block. And as a defense, you better limit your mental errors, or you're going to have a hard time slowing this rushing attack down.
It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska once upon a time being in the Big...
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. It doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Third down is where the money is made, but they're lucky to be here after that ball was loose. Leaves it with the back. On the move at the 30. Oh, look out, there he goes. And he was loose and in. And on his way, a tremendous pickup on that one. The Black Knights will have it first and 10. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking for the score! And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance.
Man, those are frustrating because you know you're supposed to catch that. You're supposed to secure it. It's going to happen, but it's just frustrating for those receivers. Just tap the chest. My bad, dog.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Army! And the extra point makes it 7-0. They march 72 yards. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So Cincinnati's offense will get the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
From the 39-yard line, it's first and 10. He's going to pass, using his feet to buy time. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. After the big first down sack for the D, it's second down. Trying play action. Pressure coming. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. And the Bearcats send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Wants to return it. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough.
Oh, look out! Past the 10. Touchdown, Black Knights! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Offense getting set for first down. Handoff to the lone back. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
The short hands, it's Little. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throw him the football. That's when he catch it, big fella.
Give to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to the ground with the running back. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
The freshman able to get home with the sack. The Bearcats will call on their punt team.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago, now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
He gets a block. Good job by the coverage team, and that's how we'll end the period. Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David. He's taking the shot. And it's picked off. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
On first down, here comes this offense. They'll give it to the back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. The Bearcats want to pick up the tempo. The give to the back. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his tight end.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Army has it back and the offense ready to go. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David. Got a lot of running room. He is smashing people. And what a huge play for this offense after that great run. He now has 110 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Army! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, though.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. On the option. The pitch. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Fast motion from the offense. To the air on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Looking to move it through the air. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. I haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Black Knights. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
They bring him down, but not before he gets just enough to move the chains. Looking to go up top on first down. He's got his man. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Bearcats want to crank the tempo.
Brings up second down.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Got his man downfield. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Catch in the middle, it's Ellington. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Ellington.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
He's got an open man. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
21 on the play. 1st and goal, Cincinnati.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. To the end zone, and it's picked off. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in West Point for an entertaining first half than you? And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense, and I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Blake Field inside Michie Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Black Knights will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Running to the left. And he throws hands with that strong, stiff arm, but still not a lot of running room there.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Quickly out to the tight end. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. And the Bearcats will punt it away on 4th down. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Gonna take a shot at this DB. gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Army! And the route is on.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, the ground game. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
Let him bust for a long one, but now third down becomes very manageable. It's not third in eternity. Now the whole playbook, short passing game, long passing game, all of it's available.
This is a designed run. Ripping through the defense. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The give to the tailback. At the 40, there he goes. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Good stop by the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? The give out of the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal picked.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats. Lining up for the PAT. That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the school.
Yeah, it had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering it. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know these guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
And the returner is stopped. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. And the pass falls incomplete, and we've played 3. Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Quarterback will audible. They'll go back to the air on second down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. Handoff to the lone back. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the chains for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3. They'll run this play from the pistol. The give to the left side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to pick up the first through the air, moving away from pressure. He's going to take off. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Defense in that situation just has to know to stay in their lanes. You know, it's hard enough to get this guy down on the ground, but you just can't let him escape. You got to build the fence. You got to build the cage, keep him in the pocket. And that time, he was just able to use his athleticism to get outside and go pick up the first down.
Trying to find his man on first down. Got his man to the left. Touchdown, Black Knights! And the stomping has commenced. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Navy is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to watch. They're trailing by 10 to UMass. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They stripped it out. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Well, it's a nice job by him making the catch, but guys, you got to secure the ball and put it away. The play's not over. Give the defender credit for knocking it loose, and the defense jumps on it.
Finds a crease at the 20. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
He'll throw it. He caught it. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone cut.
Touchdown, Army! And the punishment has been extended. Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And the returner will be knocked down. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
One big play, and now they've got it at the 42-yard line on first down. He's looking to throw it. Skips away from pressure. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Hey, it's a heads-up play right there. Listen, you're trying to scramble. You're trying to make something happen. Nobody's open. You're not going to be able to get out of bounds. Just protect yourself. Get down on the ground, get what you can get, and live to play another day.
Looking to throw on second down. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. The Bearcats with the 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Going up top on 1st down. Trying to get to it. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
And it's incomplete. He was wild, high and wide on that one. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Going for the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Quickly to the tight end. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll throw it on 1st down. He makes a catch. Open runway ahead. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot. And this is dropped and incomplete, and that's sort of a microcosm of how this game has gone, and time has run out. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you could tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been